So Tim.
Yes.
Are you glad you came with me to help out?
I had a great time.
You had a great time?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the other guy quit.
Oh, well, he's a sissy.
Well, I don't know.
You need a good workout every once in a while.
Well, yeah, but that's what he said on his on the video that I took. What do you normally do? Like, you know, like your business?
I'm a bartender.
You're a bartender?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a little different. A little bit of exercise. You need that.
Okay.
Can't just stand around mixing drinks and talking to people all day.
Cool. All right, we're doing a little cleanup here. All this stuff we took out day one. Now we gotta get it out of here and get done. Tim was nice enough to do all the grouting for me. I didn't have to do no grouting, except I had to teach you. I had to kind of teach you. You know.
Yeah. Tutorial.
A tutorial.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll wrap it up here.
You're waiting to get me get one of these tack strips stuck in my hand on tape, aren't you?
I do have gloves, but you didn't ask for them. You gotta ask. So Tim,
Yes, Bob.
how do you like grouting?
It's wonderful. It's my favorite thing. Feels good on the knees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So nails on the chalkboard? Nah. You'd rather grout, right?
Absolutely.
Knuckles on the pavement and then rub them in alcohol afterward? No, you'd rather grout.
No, I'd rather have these little, you know, sand stores on the fingers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun, huh? So this is a lot of what my job is, and you get to experience it, sort of. Yeah, better you than me, but our time is drawing near.
Well, you know, it could be 100 degrees out and I could be on a roof. So
You're the pest or the optimist. You're the optimist. That's good though. So I'm going to show my new helper how to properly grout. So I'm going to grout one little area. This is just by default how I prefer to grout because it makes it really easy to where I can explain it. I can show it better than I can tell you. First of all, your grout should be about this consistency. So you don't want to make your grout really runny because if you do, you know, you're going to break down the adhesion qualities that it has. So that's basically, that's still a little bit runny, but that's on the outside limit. If it was any runnier than this, you know, just mix some more grout with it so that you can get, you know, a little stiffer mix. Then you have a float, and a float is basically on an angle when you're, and I'll show you in a minute, on an angle you're actually pushing the grout with this float down into all these cracks. That's the purpose of the float. You don't want to do that with a knife, the blade that I use to mix the grout, because you could scratch the surface of the tile. So basically, once you have as much grout as you want to put down, you just kind of push it down into the lines and get a whole scoopful. So I'm going to show you on a relatively small area. And then, as I was saying before, you're pushing down at the same time you're angling your float. So it's doing two things. Obviously, it's getting the excess grout off of your tile, but it's also pushing the grout down into the cracks. And you have a rounded edge on your float as well as a straight edge. Straight edge would be for like the edge of the tub here. And I'm going to do it one more time. And you see all the excess that I can get off of with the float. Then you take your sponge. This one's kind of beat up. you really want a new sponge instead of one that's beat up like this, but this is kind of a small area, so I'm not too concerned about it. But again, this has a rounded edge just like the float, and it has a straight edge, and that's for the reason of getting obviously around rounded edges or straight edges being like near the tub. So what I do is hardly any pressure at all. I'm just kind of getting all the excess grout. Whoop, there's a whole bunch right there. The excess grout off of the floor, off of the edges here. And then I'll do it one more time with the back of it. And you see the tile is getting a little cleaner already. And that's all I do. So that's the first process. Second process is your finish job. So I can make this as easy as possible. This is the way that I started doing it years and years ago. So you have 4 sides of your sponge, obviously, and I'm going to use all 4 sides one time in a swipe with my furthest tile first. So I'm going to come down and just do one clean swipe. Then I'm going to change over. I'm going to do another clean swipe. Change over again. Another one. Change over one more time. And that's it. You're never going to go back here again. That's it. You don't add any more water any more than you ever need to. When the haze starts to dry a little bit, you know for sure it's not grout. There's no grout on there. The haze is the only thing. Don't be what I call a haze chaser. So in an hour or so you start seeing the haze form on the tile. Don't come back over with the sponge again and try and get the haze up, because every time you do, you're introducing more water to it, and you don't want to do that. So let me show again. So basically I've kind of done that on the edge there. But that's one swipe for one side of your sponge. I'm going to do that one more time. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Makes it really, really easy and quick. Obviously I'm kind of doing this in a little slow motion mode, but this makes it so that you never ever ever have to go back and introduce more water to your grout again. And you know, this one little area, even doing it very slow, I've done in less than 3 minutes. So that's all there is to grouting. Just as I said, this is the easiest way that I've ever come up with. There's certainly many ways to grout, and obviously there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube. A lot of them are going to show this type of process. Some people, I've seen a few videos where they just use the whole sponge as one and then the whole sponge as a second, and that doesn't make any sense. You're constantly wringing out more than you're actually grouting. So use all 4 sides the way I showed you. You're going to get a rhythm down, and trust me, this will be the easiest, quickest, fastest way that you can possibly do your grouting, whether it be a floor, wall, wherever you're grouting at. I do the same process on any application.